Hi, hope everyone, my name is Mr. Fruit, and welcome back to our Pokemon Randomized Unbound Nuzlocke Let's Play. And in today's video, I have a terrible update to share with you all to start this week. We already have a Cinder Volcano encounter, so Dialga is not. It was Burmy, I guess, from some other obscure part of this volcano we went to earlier. Of course. Glad we got that Burmy, you know? I'm not glad, but that's okay. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in and continuing to watch. I know this series is going on pretty long, certainly longer than I thought it would. I mean, this will easily probably be our longest. I'm like trying to think, like, the Xenoverse is 41, but with the amount that I have over-recorded in episodes, I think we've already reached the amount of game time I had in that. And we're just a little over halfway, I think. Good news, you guys are going to have Nuzlocke for a while. Because of that, I, in some of the weeks to come, might give myself a little bit of a break and do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Some of you guys have suggested that, and honestly, I might need that. This week, we should be good for Monday, Friday, but I don't know, maybe next week or something. And I know Hour Power was a little short. Turns out the jumping puzzle took a lot longer than I thought, so I had to cut it out. Or not even, it wasn't even a jumping puzzle, it was just literally process of elimination over like X amount of possibilities, which just took forever. I'll say I'll make this episode a little bit longer, but I've done that for pretty much. Also, I just look, it's 1:12 p.m. Pog. All I need to save before it's 1:13. Fudge! We saved it to 1:13. Never mind. It's cursed, isn't it? Oh, this is not it. This does not bode well for us. Oh no. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. I'll hopefully try to set up some rip in then and get that recorded or something. I'm tired, boss. Took my first afternoon off yesterday. Mainly just because I was down. Bad boy hours. Wait, hidden item. Somewhere. Wait, I don't have a repel on. The heck? You know what? I'll Venoshock this, you know? Maybe it's enough to get Dougie up to 44. Well, it wasn't. Wish. Yeah, it's gonna be too late. What is this, Temu? Because Wish. Wish. Wait. Wish. That's like an Alibaba thing, right? Kinda vibe, like cheap. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm not sure. Granted, I've been having some mind-blowing moments here. Like, Rob and I were playing Battlefield. I think I mentioned this on the podcast. And I was streaming it, but I mentioned something. I said, I was just saying, I was like, yeah, no, like, I wish I could like change the reticule on this thing. Like it's so annoying. He's like, wait, what'd you say? I was like, the reticle, man, it's just like so in the way. And he's like, you mean reticle? And I'm like, is that not what I said? I was like, I thought that's what I said. And you said like reticule. And then I'm like, oh, well, like, yeah, but isn't that's like how it's spelled, right? There's a U in there. And yeah, I appreciate Rob. He didn't immediately just be like, yeah, you gotta be wrong. He's like, you know what? I'm not sure. Spelling's not his forte. It's not really mine either. I don't think I'm bad at it, but yeah, I'm like, well, there's like a U, right? Like you must pronounce it. But then he was saying reticle, and I'm like, that does sound right. So why am I saying reticule? So I looked it up right after I decided if we should keep Dragon Pulse. 90 damage special. Holy. Yeah. I think that's enough for me to get rid of Fire Lash. Bet. And I was just like, am I crazy? So I looked it up. And of course, I had various people in the chat. So I'm like, yeah, you're crazy. No, you're not. You know, anything and everything in between. So I looked it up. And of course, I'm like, reticle. And it's like, do you mean reticle? I'm like, oh, well, that's not a good start. Come to find out, I'll continue the story when we fight. Also, yeah, people mentioned how, like, Marlon had, like, 5 different voices last episode. This will probably be no different. I don't remember what he was. There's nowhere for you to run, Vega. Now tell me where you're keeping the Shadow Warriors. You think you have me cornered, do you, Marlon? Quite the opposite. It is you who will soon be pinned down. What's that supposed to mean, Vega? I'm sure you're aware of the incident that took place here, yes? Of course. What's your point? The monster that appeared from the lava. Those fools unfortunate enough to be present fought tooth and nail to subdue it. It only sleeps now, having been overwhelmed by sheer numbers. But supposing one had the means to reawaken and control it. No, sure you're not planning? Oh yes, Marlon. Faye had Aklov pass me a certain artifact capable of controlling the monster that slumbers beneath the magma. Hey, Groudon? I mean, I don't know. And now... Aha! Groudon, respond to my red orb? Wait, isn't that how I Mega Evolve? Oh my... Imagine... Can I steal it? Can I have it? Will you give it to me if I beat you? Will, like, wager pink slips? Because I'll tell you what, man. We get red orb... there's no way we lose. We can 1v6. Awaken and revert to your primordial state. For some reason that sound effect and Blair just reminded me like old school Dragon Ball Z. I don't know why. What now, Marlin? You cannot keep holding me here. The cave will soon collapse, and we will both be trapped. You cannot hope to find the Shadow Warriors whilst buried under rubble. Wait. Ah, fudge. And then I messed up. Was that Vega? Whoops. It's simple. If that happens, I'll use Crocodile to dig my way out. Even if you must remain trapped, Vega, I know Faye. There are only so many places Boris she'd consider secure enough to store the Shadow Warriors. Once I rejoin Zeph in Frozen Heights, we'll scour every possible location until we find them. I thought you'd continue to be stubborn, Marlin. Groudon, the earth trembles with your every step. Now, subdue them. Ole sock. Can't keep your footing, Marlin? Then I shall take that as my cue to leave. Curses, he escaped. Sweet suck. Fruit. You have to stop Groudon's rampage. If not, the cave will collapse and we'll both be trapped here. Yeah, Fruit, are you alright? No, we've been separated. Wait, these Pokeballs on my side. Aren't they Fruit's Pokemon? They must have been dropped when Groudon you said attack. What now? My own Pokemon are too badly hurt to take that thing on. Wait, Fruit, let me use your Pokeballs. I'll command your Pokemon. Just direct me on whether you want to fight or switch. Couldn't you just, like... Those rocks, I mean, like, you could just kind of... Like, if you can shout to me, odds are you can fit him... Hand him to me in a little crevice or something. I mean, looked like there was a... Whatever. Holy Mega Groudon, it's... Ambipom. So now, like, if we white out here, lose a Pokemon... I mean, technically, I'm not... It's not me fighting, right? I mean... Where's... Wait, what? Oh, wait, oh my... Oh, I can't even tell him what move. He's just gonna... Wow, that was a crit. That's my freaking dude. Now, what's crazy is with the speed boost... Balls. That's my freaking Dougie. Yeah, get her done. It would have been cool to see Mega Groudon Sprite, though. So why don't they just give me the red orb? Come on, give... Oh, wait. No, he had to have given it to Groudon, because otherwise... Because he ran away with it, so, like, would it have stayed Mega? I mean, I don't know. The Groudon sank in the lava and fell into a deep slumber once more. Phew, we survived somehow. Crocodile, destroy the rocks. Use Rock Smash. You could have just done that earlier, I guess, but okay. Thank you for your help, Fruit. I honestly don't know what I would have done without you. Here, I suppose you'll want your Pokemon back. That would be nice. How about you? No, on second thought, that's not a good idea. Look, I'm grateful for your help. Truly, I am. However, this next task is something I need to handle alone. Right now, I need to secure Zeph's aid in finding the Light of Ruin's new base. You followed me to our base in Frozen Heights, Zeph would never agree to help. So, please, Fruit, for both our sakes, stay away from our base. Ooh. But what about the red orb, bro? Wouldn't that be insane? Just, like, oh. Can I throw Dougie in the lava, see if he can swim down and find it or something? Like, is that a no-go? Anywho, so the whole reticle thing. Look it up. And there is, like, what's the difference between reticule and reticule? Or, like, is reticule correct? So I looked that up. And it's like, reticule is used to describe a woman's purse sling or something. And something, and I'm like, I can't imagine I've ever heard that, and that's what I'm confusing it with. Like, there's just no way. I think I would have remembered that. Like, that's bizarre. Because sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but when one thing gets mixed up, even though you know the difference, for some reason then it like plants a seed of doubt in your mind, you know? And then for whatever reason, for so long after, you're like, but is it? Even though like you were always sure of it. So I'm assuming that's what happened with this. It wouldn't be the first time. And we look it up, yeah, and so it says that, and I'm like, oh, well, I was just like dead wrong. And then it says also, like an antiquated or old way of referring to a weapon's holo sight or whatever. Scope sight. I'm like, yes! Let's freaking go, baby! So, I wasn't wrong. But it wasn't exactly... I mean, I guess I was technically right. But, like, also in a weird way that, like, no one really uses that anymore. So it's kind of like a technicality, and that's the best way to win. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like, it wasn't a competition, or, like, Rob really thought, he was like, what? He was just curious, and I was curious. I was like, well, I gotta look it up. And it reminds me of all the times I'm talking with Claire, and we'll have a conversation or something, and I mention something, she's like, what? What'd you just say? And blah, 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 blah. And she's like, that's not a word. I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm like, pretty sure. And she looks it up, and almost all the time, it's like, yeah, it's a word that was frequently used in, like, 1400 England. And I'm like, see? It is a word. She's like, nobody uses it anymore. Well, I do. So, I mean, I'm somebody, right? And then it also, like, always makes me wonder, too. It's like, when she asked me, I'm like, it is a word, right? And I can, like, kind of get a definition. Or she's like, what do you think it means? I'm like, I think it means this. Sometimes I'm right, but it's strange, because then I'm just like, where would I have heard or read that? Or, like, and why does that stick in my brain, where others don't? But then again, we all know I'm an enigma. I'm a women. One more time. We need to level Celestial, but I'm probably gonna do it after this episode. Since we just now hit the cap and stuff, and I didn't train in between. I haven't had time. Because then we'll get to see what Hakamoto has, or Komoto. I can't remember whichever one's the last one. Okay. I mean, they want me to go here, so I guess that's what we do. And yeah, I don't know. So I just have some old English. Maybe that's why, you know, I just enjoy medieval times, you know? Because, like, I'm just born in the wrong era, you know? Like, people are like, oh, I'm an old soul. I'm like, sure, you know, I like some old jazz and whatnot, but no, I'm an old soul. Throw me back in the medieval ages, bro. And I understand, I'm not going to be a knight, right? I'll probably be some peasant that dies of some pillage fire or something, right? Or just, like, stubs his toe the wrong way, gets infected, and dies young. Or maybe just around birth, mortality rate for babies or, like, young kids is, like, 50% or something. It's rough, right? So, like, let's be honest with ourselves. What am I talking about? Oh. You know what I am talking about? Since we're here, I finally remember to go get that thing from the professor. Or researcher. Yes, I know my things have it. Okay, well, that's so sweet. What's that? You want this device? Yes. Oh, let's go. Obtain the stat scanner. What's the stat scanner say about their EVs? With the stat scanner, you can view your Pokemon's hidden stats anywhere in the region. You can even view the moves it can learn by pressing L or R. Oh, and for convenience sake, you can also open it quickly from your party list by pressing... Oh, from my party list. Oh, this is so cool. Wish your game did that. Okay, look at our EVs. Oh, fudge. I bet everyone's special defense EVs are going to go crazy. Right. Well, didn't we look... Wasn't it like +1 defense, +2 special defense on Meganium? Because that's like what I train on. Well, I guess it's not a bad thing. Everyone's a little tankier special defense-wise. Ivy's perfect special attack. That's crazy. Perfect HP. Not great. Ponglinus. Decent special attack and special defense. Perfect defense and special attack. And speed. Wow. And everything's bad. And then how do I, like, look at, like, moves? Wait, what? Change his name. No. Sacrilegious. Hold on. What are they trying to do, man? What, they don't approve of Ponglinus? Which, by the way, as far as likes, trying to ensure Ponglinus stays alive, you guys are slacking. Only like 2.4k or something. Only like 1/5 of you at the time I'm doing this liked it. So 80% of you want him to die. Wow. Wow. Can we get a like on the video for those people? To shame them? I don't know. I mean, point is, I didn't say, but yeah, like the video for a chance at Hour Pad at the end of the week. Comment down below, because we have to anyway. You know, if we're being honest, too, I'm not entirely sure we hit the like goals last week. It was really close. But I'm setting him low. It's Monday. You guys got the most amount of 2,500. Come on. Come on, do it. If not for me, for Pong Linus. But again, I guess that won't motivate many of you guys anyway. But, oh, maybe the different page? Ah. So, you are level something. You just learned Woodhammer. Destiny Bond? Oh, goodness. Poltergeist. User controls the target's item to attack. Fails if the target has no item. Okay, well that's... Wood's Curse. The user puts a force curse on the target. The target is now grass type as well. That's your final move? Okay. This would be good to get Mischievous so I can figure out the Shadow Ball thing. You'll learn Wild Charge. Is pretty good. Thunder Kick. Is fighting? Huh? Wait. Now what's that about? You will learn Rest. Cliff Blades. That sounds freaking cool. User attacks opposing Pokemon by manifesting the power of the land and Blades of Stone. Too bad he doesn't learn... Maybe it's only Mega. The freaking Precipice Blades. Yeah, he doesn't learn that. What do we got coming up with you? Iron Defense. What about Slowbro? Rain Dance and Heal Pulse. Okay. And Salazzle, what do you got? That's a lot of level 1s. Sludge Bomb. That'd be good. That'd be good. Okay. Well, that's cool. Thanks, man. So anyway. Started fighting Pokemon. This is where I'm going, right? Like, I'm not crazy. I'm sorry. Oh, wait. Do I go through this other cave? Oh, right. I think I go back on the ice. Right. Where it all began. Things have changed and yet stayed the same. Now, wait a minute. Rock Smash, where are we going? Oh. Oh, nani? A Dawnstone. Doesn't do much for us. I don't think I can go really anywhere else. I mean, I guess I could do this. Or, wait, maybe not. Okay, I'm getting a strike for no reason. Welcome to Shadow Base. Now, if there is an encounter here, that would be an encounter. I'm looking here, Shadow Base. Is there a gift Pokemon here or something? Or like I don't see anything. Bet? Or do I? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Shibbity beep, shibbity beep. Ribbity skip, skip and dip rip. Hey, remember when we got our starters here? Good times. Remember how I don't have a key card for this? Good times. I would have already gotten that item. It's my head of the game. Oh, hidden item. Excuse me. 1 repel. Oh, wow. Like, wow. Wait, what? Hello? Now, am I crazy? It's okay, I guess I didn't read the fine print. Mission log. Return to the Shadows base in Frozen Heights and find Zeph. This is Shadow Base, no? In Frozen Heights? You can go right. There's okay. Looks like someone left their uniform on the floor. Put it on. Oh, we got the drip. Oh, actually, I don't love that, but all right. Your clothes are on the ground. Yeah, just leave them back there. Yeah, whatever. One man's discarded clothes are another man's equipable clothes, I guess, and then cycle repeats itself. What up, nerd? You mind if I take your key card? 1. Unlocks or clears doors with up to clearance level 1. Oh, sir. Some guy with... I guess... Oh, sir. Some guy with red hair blasted his way in here. I tried to stop him, but he just shoved me aside. The audacity. Yo, what are you playing? It's all complicated words and numbers that make no sense. Feel that? It's a machine of some sort. It sure is impressive. It's Shadow Warrior training area. Okay. Ribbon skipping. Which floor would I like? I guess we'll go one by one. Yeah, I'm an official. I wear the drip. Wait, what? Oh, I can open it. Okay, bet. Bingo! The key card opened the door. Is that the sound that doors make when they open? Bingo! Maybe it's not too far off. Who put some in the plant? Who put this pearl in the plant? Silly gooses. Sir, clearance level 2. Alright, that's a no-go for me, my dog. That is a Zygarde. Also, as someone pointed out, I don't know, I guess I'm crazy. There isn't 25%. I don't know what's wrong with me. There's 1% Zygarde, 50% Zygarde, 100% Zygarde. No. 150, 75, 100? Because you have, like, the dog. Then you have, like, the snake thing. And then perfected or whatever. And it looks like Mechazord? Am I... I don't know. I can't remember these days. Why am I trying to open the thing? Look at me. What's wrong with me? Can I open this one? Oh, you betcha. What up? Working hard or hardly working, am I right? Marlin, sir, I know what it looks like, but I promise I'm not lagging off. Zeph told me to watch the news and keep an eye out for anyone who looks like they might belong to the light of Rowan. 1 protein. I can go with some protein. I could actually go with some food right now. I haven't eaten. And it's 1:30. Food is on the way, though. But I did like an over hour cardio, so, you know, I'm just even hungrier than I was. What's up? With most of the other grunts gone, our manpower has become very limited. So it is essential that each of us become as strong as possible. Would you allow me the privilege of battling with you, sir? For the sake of the lock, I won't say no. But if this guy is just cracked... But, I mean, what are the odds? He only is... Not a good start. Not a good start. That's a Suicune. That's a Suicune. Yep. Well, it's a good thing we have... but they have Aurora Beam, which is good against Ponglinus. I mean, they're going to probably use a water move right now, no? I guess Aurora wouldn't like... I think Arnie's best bet here. The opposing Suicune used Aurora Beam. Look at me, huh? Psychic! Roar Beam again, you fool. So, hope you guys had a good weekend, though. Battlefield came out, that was fun. Did a stream on that Friday. Yeah, like I mentioned, yesterday was... I'm recording this Sunday. Saturday was a little rough. Got some done stuff in the morning, and then I'm beat, man. Because the problem is, I've just been going for almost a month now. And... It's when I stop, and then it's like, I finally realize, like, oh, I'm tired, man. Emotionally, mentally. Not even so much physically. Hey, it's Arnie. Who do we use against Arnie? Right, Ponglinus? I mean, we could go Luffy. I don't know what they're going to use. I believe in Ponglinus. Yeah. And then I'm just drained and I got nothing to give. Like I can't strain, you know? Which is the one tough part for me about this job is that in order to create content, I have to more or less usually be on. And I can't always just flip that switch. You know, the all mental stuff gets to me. Thank you for battling with me, sir. Now we're both prepared for the inevitable confrontation with the light of ruin. You're welcome. Crazy Suicune, bro. You wanna... As your superior, I demand you give it to me. So, come on, man. Hand it over, bro. I got some... Do I need to heal? Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. Okay, well... Dougie... I think we keep Dougie in the lead. Yeah, just because it's one of those things where it's like... It's gonna be hard to swap Dougie into something. So, whatever. Marlon, sir, I heard rumors that you joined the Light of Ruin too. I'm glad you're still here. Maybe now that you're back, someone will finally be able to keep Zeph from doing anything too rash. The base has been so quiet ever since most of the grunts were ordered to join the Light of Ruin. To be honest, sir, I was ordered to go too, but I refused. I didn't join this organization because I wanted money. I joined because I believed in what Zeph was trying to achieve. I mean, that's pretty much it for this floor, aside from this guy, I guess. I was like, wait, what? But I realized there's 2 more floors anyway. Oh, that'll do it. Key card 2. Hey, hi, how are you? I'm sorry about the huge mess in the base, sir. When most of the grunts left to join the light of ruin, they just dropped all their things on the floor. I'm sure some of them even left their clearance cards behind. He says, sitting right next to a clearance card. What aren't you telling me, Private? Bingo! The car key, or key card, whatever. The door open. Reaper cloth. Isn't that for dust clops? Pretty sure. I need key card 3. Rip. Alright, well, on to the next level. Another one. Which floor would you like to go to? B24. What else has been happening? Was it the time in this video? The Jags are tossing the game away. Boners. Using a complicated algorithm to determine the approximate location of the Light of Ruin HQ. Once I have the results, that plans on using the information to take his revenge on the Light of Ruin. I learned more about the Artemis project NASA's doing for the moon, and that it's getting accelerated a little bit, which is super cool. Sir, Zeph has ordered me to stop anyone without proper clearance from entering the lab. However, I'm sure it's fine if I allow you in. Yeah, ought to be right.
Oh, Marlin, sir. I spent some time back at HQ with the Science Society and learned about a new way to make our Pokemon stronger in battles. Would you like to see it?
Oh, wait. I thought you were going to give me something, not... I didn't want you to give me these hands. It's a cool sprite, though. Heliolisk, hey! I don't think I can have those. Because I keep... I don't know if I have a Sunstone yet. Or a Flared to Life. What? Or a Flared... Special attack. We all flared to life? What, now what's going on here? Flame burst? Discharge. We eat these, right? I mean, special defense EVs too? I mean... Not great. But we're definitely faster. We were already faster before this. Never doubted, baby. Never doubted. Except I was a little scared. A crit from that 1.5x, that probably would have killed it. We'd be at like 1 HP. Gong, gong. Fairy Aura. Aura Flare to Life. What is it? Special attack. Is it just special attack for everybody? Water Ice is a tough one because, yeah, everything here doesn't love that. I mean, the only thing about Lofi is I'm just worried about them eating some special attack hits. I guess we can see, but everything will end up being at least, it will be neutral. What did we raise? It's just special attack. Brine. How much is that? Okay, that was a crit. That was a crit. Now, Brine is 50% or lower, does extra damage. We're not below 50%. But do they have a stronger move? But if that was with a crit, surely... I'm sorry, Lofi. I'm gambling here. I'm acknowledging that this is a risky, okay? But at least that's something. Okay, see, I was never worried. Had we not killed, I was a little worried. But, you see, what you forgot was that I have total faith and confidence in Luffy, and I... which I assume has his ability intact. So we need some fire damage, so like Dusky make this pretty easy. Or Rock, Flying, Ghost, Dark. Quite a bit. Shadow Sneak. Stupid. So anyway, I hit him with a Fire Punch. And just watch. Swoop. Yep. Big 1 damage. Nobody does it like Dusky. Especially imagine the Mega Evolution, then. Just imagine. For spending your valuable time about it, man, I'd like to thank you. By healing. Oh, well, at least you did something for me. Appreciate you. Oh, right, the Artemis program, though. Or project. It's something that we'd already been planning to do, and by we, I mean like NASA and America, whatever. but to essentially put a base on the moon. And so the deadline is 2030. And the reason they're moving it up is because China's like, hey, we're going to put some taikonauts on the moon to make a base. Which is just their word for astronauts. And so, of course, America's like, whoa, 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 whoa. In the same way that, like, the reason we landed on the moon in the first place is because Russia started going to space and was making developments ahead of time. So it was a political motivation for both sides to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. We can't have Russia beating us to this. Funnel it, put everything behind it, let's go to the moon. And then we did. And then eventually we're like, wait, this doesn't serve a purpose anymore. And so, you know, take away funding, blah, blah. So why we haven't run back to the moon. But now it is sort of politically motivated, which is unfortunate that it has to be that to, you know, do cool science and space stuff. But it's getting sped up. And yeah, so 2030 is the deadline right now. But there are some concerns they're speeding it up too much. But that means in my lifetime, I might see humans become a multi-planetary species. Or at least bodily species. Because, like, I mean, technically it's a moon. But that's so cool. It's going to be like a small base. But I'm excited. That's what I'm like. Look, it's just like, you know, something to look forward to just in life to keep me going. You know, like, we will send humans to the moon and make a base and research things, and it'll be sick. Stop making Shadow Wars. Are you kidding me? Creating Shadow Wars is all I live for. Unfortunate that Zeph still had a use for more and allowed me to continue synthesizing them. Great care is being taken and synthesized in this next batch of Shadow Warriors. These Shadow Warriors will be the strongest we've ever created. They'll be invincible, and the lighter room will stand no chance against them. Key card 3. Are there more Pokemon caged up? Nope. An empty cage. Wonder if I can bust out a Shadow Warrior. Bust down Tatiana. Something grotesque is being synthesized in the tube. I don't know how to stop it. I'm not qualified, so. Stop what you're doing. Halt. Ooh, I didn't realize that's a TM. And it is... Torment. I think it means they can't use the same move in a row. Pretty sure. We're going back to the first floor before the third. Otherwise, I'll forget about the one door we couldn't open that had some item behind it. It might be a dookie item. Could be a Master Ball, though. You never know. Watch. Black glasses. Oh! It's nice, though. Boost Dark type moves if we end up using a Dark type. I'll take some decent held items, because, yeah, I still feel like we don't have many. Really. Pretty limited on that front. Ooh, the lowest level. Bing bong. Nani? Discord, bro. I don't know what it is. What did I say? Sure. Fruit, save the game. Hey, get back here. I have got clearance. I can't remember what that hair reminds me of. Not Super Saiyan Rose, but it's some character. It's like I can vaguely see their picture in my mind, but I can't think of their name. I don't know. Oh, it's like right there. Ah, it's gonna haunt me. And Sofei ordered the grunts to join Aklub's Light of Ruin. Oh, I guess this is a... You understand now, Marlin. Frankly, the fact any grunts and scientists were allowed to remain is a miracle. I see. I had no idea things had gotten this bad. But I think I know how to make up the difference. And I know this may not sound like the most agreeable idea, but... What the? That's my uniform. Brute, is that you? What? You're... No, it cannot possibly be you. You must be some sort of spy. Aklov, how long must you torment me? You thought you could fool me again, Faker? There's Faker here? Big fan. Whoa, where? Like he did. Which means... Oh, by the way, yeah. League of Legends World starts soon. I mean, like next weekend or something? Like he did? Even though I see that you wear Fruit's face under the mask. You are still a far cry from the real deal. Once I've sent you running back to Aklov, deliver a message to him for me. tell him that you'll all suffer for your irredeemable sins. Oh, oh, we're fighting. Oh. Those be fighting words. Also, this entire episode I've been trying not to. But every time music has been playing now, I just expecting, like, when it gets a little quiet, for it to just go bang! But that gym was a little while ago, wasn't it? I just, bang! You know? I don't know why it's, like, kind of like trust issues now. I'm like anticipating, like, is it gonna bang? Is it? Help. Also, X4 weak to fire here. This is a E. Okay, I should have seen that coming. They withdrew into Gigalith, which is a pretty favorable matchup and is a level above our level cap. Good news, though. Slowbro's gonna be eaten. Granted, Longlinus could be eaten. I'm just thinking, what, Gigalith's huge physical attack. And we want something that resists. 122 defense. Yeah, way higher defense. I mean, rock. Water does resist rock, right? Guess we're gonna find out. But I'm like pretty sure. And they also have super high physical defense. Do we want someone with special attack? Well, that's a ground move, but it also means it's not stab, so whatever. Surf! Yeah, we gotta be faster. And you shouldn't have sturdy, so this could very well one-shot. But it didn't. But it could have. But it didn't. And now Sandstorm, because the rock type does raise their special defense by 50%. Don't think that'll save them from this next surf. But they withdrew. Okay. Into Kecleon. I wonder if he keeps his ability since it's so... He didn't. Okay, so that's good. So he's still normal type. What is Arnie gonna do about it? I mean, it would probably know a dark move. It obviously knows some normals. I don't really remember what it learns. So I don't know. Longlinus might be alright. Although Aurora should be pretty good regardless. And we don't take Sandstorm chip. Oh, with the screech. Well played. -2. I still have huge physical defense though, so why didn't I hit him with the drill peck? I could have spiked. Wouldn't have done much though. Oh, and you live. I was like, wait a second. Trying to get competitive on me. He tried to substitute. You know, I will throw some spikes. Oh, but I won't catch this. Oh, but wait. I think it's actually good, because I think a metal type would eat the spikes. That actually would have ended right there. Okay, we're going to send in Dougie, because he should eat. I'm assuming he's going to go with an ice move. So, Dougie should be Bing Sword Stance. A little spooky, but we should get +1. Oh, I was going to say we should get +1 speed boost, but he got a +1 speed boost. And we didn't because we swapped. Ah. Now I'm worried. +2 attack. I gotta click this though, because otherwise, I mean, like if I swap and he goes sword attack, I'm boned. So I doubt I'm faster, but he missed his Iron Head. Granted, we still would have resisted, but at +2 and Dougie's defensive stats, I think a crit mayhaps have killed. I don't know. It would have been a little scary. I don't think we were dead though. And now we speed boost, and he's probably gonna send out Gigalith now. Simipour, who's gonna get hit by spikes. Pfft. Idiot! Look at that damage, dude. He's like done for. Holy, pack it up while you can, pal. Sheesh. So anyway, I whipped out my Longlinus. Oh. Don't you dare burn me, you coward. Okay. Usually if you call them a coward, I found that they're more likely to not do a thing because, you know, like me, a coward? How dare you? But then they get flustered. Okay, well, we know we're good against Gigalith. Meowstick. I think we're also fine against. If I end up going first here with a Phantom Force, it'd be huge. So we did not reflect his physical defense. It is. So Phantom Force will do less. He could very easily swap out on us. He didn't. Because Wait, Kekran's still alive, right? That would have 100% been the play, but hey. It's his life. I'll Phantom Force again. How much damage is this doing? Still a fair bit. Still a fair bit. Now, if I'm him, I swap into... I use Hyper Potion. Interesting. Okay. How many of those you got? Because, like... That is barely 50%. Alright, this is going to take a while. Do we have anyone else with super effective? I don't believe so. But, sir, we do just have a Dusky. Bring out the big guns. Bring out the base cannon. Anyway. We have all physical. So does Reflector still work? But I mean, like, Earthquake from here? Come on, man. It might not kill. It killed. It did more than the super effective stab from Ponguinus. Classic. The old legendary privilege. And you lost your light screen. And Gigalith is giga dead. Got him. And you're hurt by the spikes. Not that that matters. Oh, but you're going to Hyper Potion. But what if you get one shot? Although you do have high physical defense. You might live this. I'm going to say no. Alright. Well, it's a good thing I didn't bet. So I'm not a betting man. A gambling man IRL. IRL. That's an important distinction. In the virtual world, clearly I am and I have no problem. But that's why I don't let myself do it. IRL. Oh, Keklan died of spikes. See, that's why we do it, baby. It's worth. Let's freaking go. I already gotten so much mileage out of the spikes pickup. What can I say? Arrgh, I'm a pirate now. This a battle style. This or it cannot be. Are you really a fruit? No, this can't be true. I don't... Was that a pirate? What the heck was that? Zeph, enough! We don't have time for infighting right now. Fruit is in the enemy. The light of ruin is. You can either accept that fact or else I'll be assuming command of what remains of the shadows. Thank you. Now then, what have you been planning, Zeph? From what I gathered, we'll be staging an attack on the Light of Ruin's new base. That's right. No, fudge. I keep missing... I don't... Whatever. That's right. I'm having our remaining scientists locate their base. Once they've managed to find it, we'll take the Light of Ruin by surprise and destroy it. With their main force left reeling, we'll steal back the prison bottle and what remaining Shadow Warriors they have left. However, I'm still unsure as to how long it will take to locate them. And unfortunately, we're pressed for time. Right now, Aklov is with Faye as she studies Hoopa. When she finishes, Aklov intends to turn its power on Boreas. If we can take out his base while he's gone, we can catch him off guard when he returns and steal Hoopa's power away once again. Without it, Aklov's power will be greatly diminished. Roger that, Zeph. And I take it you're certain Faye won't retaliate against us if we take action? I'm certain, Marlin. From talking with some of our scientists, Faye could not care less about Aklov's goals. All she wants is to study that Pokemon's power. She'll give him her support, of course, but for the most part, it is up to Aklov as to whether or not he succeeds. Of course, we shouldn't make light of how dangerous he is alone. Then it seems to me that in order for our plan to go off without a hitch, we'll need all the manpower we can muster. So, I suggest we bring Fruit along as well. Marlin, I don't understand. Why would you put so much faith in him? Fruit has only tried to interfere with us before. What makes you think he would even be willing to help us? We were imprisoned together in the cube space, Zeph. And while we were there, we made a promise to someone. We promised we would destroy the remaining Shadow Warriors and set their souls free. And Fruit knows that as long as the Light of Ruin is holding on to the Shadow Warriors, their souls will remain trapped. Are you saying that not only did both of you survive a trip inside the cube, got a moment, but someone else was there too? Someone who knew about the existence of the Shadow Warriors? It was Eros, Zeph. They imprisoned him in there 16 years ago. And not only that, it turns out Eros is Fruit's father too. Eros, I see, so that's what's become of him. Well, I'm not surprised then. He was always quick to identify bugs in any system. If anyone could figure out a way out, no matter how flawed, it would surely be him. So Fruit, would you be willing to lend us your aid? We intend to gather what resources we can and go for the Light of Ruin directly. Yes, I'm aware. You and the Shadows. We haven't always seen eye to eye, have we? Then if I trusted you with our most important secrets, would that be enough? In that case, let me explain what our true purpose was. The true purpose of the Shadows... It all began 17 years ago. Zeph's son had just passed away. As his old friends, we came to visit him from our home region of Hoenn. Zeph, how are you holding up? I'm so sorry. I want to eat my food, man. This episode's going. I didn't realize it was a huge expedition dump. I'm so sorry, Marlon, and I just heard about your son. Ivory, Marlin, thank you for your condolences. It's good to see you again after all these years. I take it you traveled by boat to get here. How was the journey?
Very pleasant. It took me a few days to arrive here, but the journey was lovely.
If I remember correctly, you have a son too, right?
We did. Unfortunately, he succumbed to illness much too young.
You are a knowledgeable scientist. Have you ever thought about trying to bring him back?
Of course. Scientists, we thought that if anyone could find a way, it would be us. Sadly, there are no known methods to truly revive the dead. We had no choice but to try and move on. Then, a year ago, Ivory gave birth to twins. One of the happiest moments of our lives. Of course, we miss our first child, but our new ones have done much to fill the voids in our heart.
Is that so? Where are they now, if I may ask?
Yuli Log, a friend of ours, agreed to babysit for the time being. They're with him now, back in Frozen Heights.
Frozen Heights? A friend of mine lives there as well. He's my old partner, the one who helped me found my own company. But around here, he's simply known as the Guardian of Boreas. He's even managed to befriend a so-called mythical Pokemon. I think his wife recently gave birth to their own child, actually. However, I don't quite remember the child's name. What about your new twins? What are their names?
Their names are Scuff and Melanie. They're the most beautiful children in the world. Yes, that's right. Ivory and I are Scuff and Melanie's parents. Scuff. Ever since he arrived, he's been looking for us, hasn't he? I always regretted leaving them both, but after spending so much time away, I'd really hoped they could meet their old brother. How stupid I was.
Perhaps I should take it from here. When I learned that we had both experienced the pain of losing our own children, I made an offer. A combined scientific knowledge, united together under one common goal. I felt with that resolve we could achieve the impossible.
Holy suck.
Of course, Marlin and Ivory were most skeptical, but after my attempts, I convinced them. They agreed to return their children to their home in Hoenn, and they moved to Boris without them. With no distractions, I was certain we could succeed. However, as soon as we discovered the three of us could only do so much on our own, and so we partnered with an independent organization known as the Science Society. Not Scientology. Together with their help, our research suddenly gained speed. However, this research required my undivided attention. And so, realizing that I simply could not oversee so many projects at once, I stepped down from my position as CEO of Cube Corp. In my place, I left it to a young woman, Faye, the leader of the Science Society.
Yes, Zeph is the inventor of the Super Cube. The first cube, meant for simple storage, was a collaborative effort between him, your father, and Faye. It's what allowed Cube Corp to take off and become the major influence of Boris it is today.
And this is how she repays me after all this. She practically stole Cube Corp, the company I founded with my own two hands, and she allows Aklov to steal my shadows from me too. Phew, I shouldn't dwell on that now. Anyway, Faye was the one who gave us the template for the project, as you've likely guessed.
My stomach.
Thus, before I stepped down as CEO, I established a new branch at Cube Corp entirely dedicated to the revival efforts. I called it the Shadow Branch, or as you know it, the Shadows. To avoid tarnishing Cube Corp's reputation, I had to ensure our experiments had no ties to the company whatsoever. And with that out of the way, we were able to experiment worry-free. Ivory, status report.
We're ready to begin the first trial, Zeph.
Then let's begin, shall we? Everyone take your positions.
Zeph, are you certain that this will work?
Of course, nothing is certain, Martin. It is merely the first of many prototypes. I don't expect perfect results on the first try. However, we can worry about the finer points later. For now, let's find out if this is merely a hypothesis or not. To start with, I just place this Pokemon here. Then, place this sample remains next to it. And finally, turn on the molecular fusion device.
It hurts.
Now, once this cloak is on to shield it from the light, it should become mobile. It worked. Now, let's see if it can actually move its body. Whoa. Quick, Marlin. Maybe I can choke. I need food. I need energy. Can you tell? Stay, creature. You must obey. I'll admit this is not what I was originally hoping for. However, this certainly is a step in the right direction. Given time, we should be able to bring them back. All things considered, though, the first test went rather smoothly. Faye said we had to continue the research, not to let the setback trip us up. Her words, spurred on by her, we continue to work on the Shadow Warriors. However, even with the control gauntlet, some proved difficult to control. One lashed out at my face, leaving this scar you see today. Another lashed out at Marlin, severing his arm.
Bro, it's one arm? I didn't realize.
And yet, despite our injuries, we pressed on. Over the course of several years, the Science Society helped us capture more Pokemon and combine them with more test subjects. Some were living, as per Faye's request, and others were not. That's a human. And a Tyranitar. They combined.
That is not to say we turned anyone against their will, of course. All grunts that become Shadow Warriors did so willingly for the chance to gain great power. But Faye, she was like a demoness, driving us to crueler and crueler extremes in order to revive our children. Of course, I suspect she had absolutely no interest in them at all. It was always a Shadow Warrior she was invested in. Eventually, we concluded we would not be able to bring back our children using the Shadow Warriors. Despite coming close with our last trial, the cost to our children would have been too great, so we continued in that same had we continued in that same direction. And so we were forced to try a new approach, one that was extreme yet plausible, if recent events are anything to go by. The plan was to bring the ultimate weapon, the one mentioned in the old legends, here to Boreas. But while that weapon may be capable of mass destruction, it was also the same device used to restore the Foreign King's Pokemon. And if the weapon could bring a Pokemon back to life, it stands to reason it could bring our children back as well. But how much of it was our idea, and how much of it was Aklev's machinations?
Yes, under Zeph's instructions we began researching in the Dark Force of Boreas. At the time, we'd hoped to use its power to bring us the ultimate weapon. Of course, we had no idea the Dark Force was, in fact, Eris's old partner. Oopa. And from there, you know the rest. Yeah, well, that was an explanation and a half. Take it all in, Fruit. Okay, now that you know what's really been going on, you should have no hesitation about working with us.
I should apologize, Fruit. I believed you to be some sort of spy sent by Aklev. If I'd known you were the real deal all along, I would have reacted less violently.
Sir, we detected remnants of Hoopa's portal energy in Viviltown. It's quite likely the light of Ruin's base.
Viviltown. So, the old base used by the Science Society now serves as the Light of Ruins. I should have known. Marlin, we cannot remain here any longer. Now that Aklev is distracted, we must strike quickly. It's time to rally our fighting force and depart for Viviltown. Prepare the shadow, we move out at once.
Of course, Zeph. I doubt we have much time until Aklev returns. And Fruit, please, don't tell Scuff about Ivory and me. At least, not until the time is truly right. That we neglected our children in favor of another. The thought would sicken him. Oh, before I forget, keep the outfit. I think it looks rather good on you. Who knows? It may come in handy someday.
Have you the means to cross water the HM for surf? If you cannot use it, then you should first obtain Tahara City's gym badge before you regroup with us. We must reach Viviltown as soon as possible, so please hurry. It's northeast of Tahara City when you are ready.
Holy yeah. Well, we got some good backstory, though. The plot thickens. I do like this story. So we'll have to find out more, and just like that, boom, there's an extra episode. Extra long for you guys, as well as maybe some ripping to put this at an hour. So, thank you everybody for watching. Comment down below to have a change for Pokemon and Nephew. Remember to like the video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Deuces. We're finally back with some more ripping. This time, courtesy of... Actually, they say I can share the letter, but to not use their name. So, they'll know who I'm talking about, but for you guys, it's anonymous. I want to start this letter off by saying thank you. Your content saved my life. That sounds exaggerated, but it's true. I discovered you in a dark time in my life when I failed my medical boards, and I was being held back. I was filled with shame and hated myself. I couldn't bring myself to genuinely smile or laugh at all. I would just scroll YouTube to find something to numb my pain. But one fateful day in 2017, I saw your For Honor videos in my Discovery feed. For Honor! I'm not sure why I clicked on the radio video, but I am really glad I did. I found myself genuinely engaged and actually laughing and smiling throughout the video. It just clicked with me. Then I got addicted and started watching everything released, and I found myself having something to look forward to every day. It was truly the greatest. Ever since then, it's been my daily routine to watch you whenever I have the time. What made me feel even more connected to you was how open you were to talking about your struggles with mental health. It made me realize I'm not as alone as I thought I was. Through you, I even started going to therapy and really started to take my mental health way more seriously. Things have not been all good since then, but even in my darkest days, with my darkest thoughts, your videos always get me through. Your content is one of the largest reasons I am still on this earth, and I don't think I will ever be able to show you enough gratitude for it. I will end this by saying, no matter what the future holds for you and your content, I hope you can realize how much real impact you are making in this world, as without your videos, I would not be around. I truly love and respect you so much, Fruit, and I will always be cheering for you no matter the situation. I mean, I don't know how to follow that up. It's stuff like that that keeps me going. That's why I started YouTube. You know, more or less, somebody did something similar to me way back in the day. So, thank you very much for sharing. I'm glad you're still with us. So, this is the brand new Mega Evolution set that just released. It's currently the newest one. Phantasmal Flames will be coming out in a month and a half, too soon, especially to get any product. But chase cards here. We're looking for any secret illustration rares. There are the super chase cards, which are like the full golden cards, which are like 1 out of 1,000 something, so, or like 1 out of 1,200. I'm not holding my breath. Secret illustration rares are supposed to be somewhere a little over like 1 out of 100. So, and illustration rares, I guess, are supposed to be about 1 out of 13. Okay, for a first pack. Oh, and as always, I managed to grab too many at a time. Apologies. We're making our way in. There is a secret illustration rare of Lieutenant Surge's Bargain. And honestly, I would be fine getting it, but I really don't like the art. It's a rarity, but I'm really not a fan. So if we get that, it would be rather ironic. We have Stonejourner for our first reverse holo. Our second reverse holo is Bayleaf. And into a holo rare Meganium. What are we cooking here? Alright, let's see what we got. I like that art, Executor art. Colorful. We have Reverse Holo Cinderace, which is a rare. We kind of got a preview of this. Classic Reverse Holo Snum. And Clawitzer for a rare. I don't know how people, like... I need a little, like, glove or something. Like, I swear, you know, I try and take one, or they're too slippery. Or it's not slippery enough. We got a Reverse Holo Pachirisu. Reverse Holo Kyogre, which is Reverse Holo Rare. And Mega Abomasnow EX. So, technically, what, an Ultra Rare? These, I believe, are 1 out of 3. But I kind of mentioned that I like the Mega Abomasnow, the Mega EXs more than the EXs they've been doing recently. One has a really cool, I think you can see it. It's kind of a subtle texture, but it's there. And then on top of that, it's kind of transparent here. You can see the art technically continues underneath the text box. You just don't see it as well, but like makes it feel a little more alive and cooler than the normal X's, because yeah, the regular X's of these sets whelming, or at least recent in Scarlet Violet. What are we cooking? I still don't like Tinkatuff. Some of the Pokemon have grown on me. I don't know if the Tinka line has, and I know for some people that's like heretical. How dare you? We got Jinx Reverse Holo into, oh, we got an illustration rare. Okay. Love that. Little Snover. There's also a Holo Alakazam. This thing is adorable. I love this illustration art because it's so cute too. Like you can see he's looking at a giant footprint in the sand, or in the snow rather. It's actually so shiny it's kind of hard to see for you guys, but he's sitting there, he's like, oh, you know, he's looking at what he'll grow up to be in a Abomasnow. It's beautiful. Next up, what are we cooking? Oh, yeah, it's such an adorable Bulbasaur. I figure, I don't know, I can show you guys most of the cards, right, as we open them up. I don't care if people care if on Celebi Uncommon. It's just so... Volcanion, right? Like, we got Mythical, Legendary, or actually, it's Volcanion, Mythical, Legend. It doesn't matter, but both uncommon. Huh? The Reverse Holo Ice Cube into Reverse Holo Energy Switch, and Raikou as our rare. But it also lets us admire from the cards we get, you know, some of the random art, like the Sandshrew, who's actually, this one is by Shinji Kanda, I believe is his name. A more recent Pokemon artist, but people have been going crazy for Shinji cards because of his art style. Really cool. There's like a full illustration Magikarp and Giratina by Shinji, which are really sick. A Magneton too and whatnot. But they go for a ton of money now because everybody wants them. Rightfully so, like it looks sick. We got Reverse Holo Iron Defender and Reverse Holo Ralts into Lunatone as our rare. And as I'm looking at the hits, I just realized we got the, you know, we got Snover and Mega Abomasnow as our hits. Thank you again for the packs and the letter. It really does mean a lot.
If you enjoyed this video, I think you might enjoy this one. With that said, thank you very much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic day. I'll talk to you in the next one. Farewell.